Welcome back to the channel, y'all. This is Blackbook session number 9. This is something I laid down for the homie iCops, who's been showing mad support. I appreciate you, bro, and I'm gonna try something different this time. I'm gonna just improvise as I go and watch the video. Usually I write a script, so let's get straight to it. I kicked off the I with the Sharpie and the C, a new letter coming into the Blackbook sessions, you know? That shit came out pretty fresh, so I left the O as it is. I had something different in mind. I came in with the P, and the P was cool. It kind of matched the C, and then the S. The S, I was trying to get it right, get it matching, but that little bar by the P or that area, I couldn't really get right, so I just let it be, and this is what stemmed from it. I added some little quotes, but that didn't end up coming into play. And I just added some extra details, just trying to figure something out. I used the foundation of a tag for this burner actually. Each letter you see, it originated from a tag. So the I was a tag, the C was a tag. The O is a bit different. I had something different in mind. The P and the S, you know? I just wanted to do something different apart from my whip style, because I knew I had it in me. I laid down the splat technique in different areas of the letters, you know how I do, and then I started filling in with the purple Sharpie. That Sharpie was running out. Both of them that I had down there were running low, so I kind of had to like improvise and just push out all the ink. Sometimes you're gonna have to do that. If you're ever running out of your filling like midway, just go for it, just kill the marker. But I filled in the I, the C. That's when I hit the O with the little I. I had envisioned a little eyeball. I've done this filling before, I'm not in front. This was actually inspired by a burner I did on my little Blackbook where I was just faded, just going off. And I incorporated the same eye I did on there in the same filling. But I kicked off the eye, added the little veins with the red, you know, and the little eyelid. And I come in later with some brown to just make the eyelid more fulfilling, but we'll leave it at that. Once I'm fading off into the distance, I just put some zigzags. Boom, boom. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just fill in. I was getting the base structure of my S. The S was cool. I feel like the S had more potential. I just let it be. I let it be simple. And I just filled everything in. Just do my usual filling. The splat technique I break down in Blackbook session number 4, y'all. If you guys want to go scope that out. I added some arrows. The arrows were pretty dope. I like this extra detail. I wasn't too sure what other details to put. I was thinking. I couldn't really quite think of anything though. I was just digging the structure of the letters. They were really symmetrical, and you know I wanted to focus on that. For the outline, I kicked it off with a white Molotov, one of my favorite markers, if not my favorite marker. I know the page is white, so there's areas where I just had to improvise in because I couldn't really see where I was outlining. But my main reason for outlining all over again was to get rid of the splats that weren't needed in the areas where they were at. So I went around and did my 3D as well. I did my outline and my 3D at the same time. I was just mixing and matching, you know, like the fucking 2 for $8.99 at Carl's Jr. I started coming in inside of the letters with some details. I wanted to use the darkest color in the filling as an inner outline for the whole letters. I started on the left side of the letters just to see how it would look like if I was doing my shines, but in purple this time. It was looking good though, you know. I did see some of my letters were a little weak. I felt like I could have gone a little harder, but I left it at that, you know, and I started coming in with the bubbles. The bubbles, I chose brown. Like I said, I had done this color scheme before, so I kind of knew what colors were gonna come into play. I just didn't know what to incorporate, whether bubbles or a brick wall, which I don't incorporate in this one. As you can tell, like once you bring in the bubbles and fill in that negative space, like your letters really start popping out more. That shit looks fly. So you can see it come into play right now, like where the white outline is supposed to be with the 3D. At this point, when I was drawing, I was like, yup, you know, like this is what I had envisioned. But let's keep going. So I kept the bubbles like spaced out a bit. When spaces had been left in between the bubbles, I came in with the yellow and I filled those spaces in. That's when I ended up doing my inner outline with the purple all over the letters. I knew in my first sketch this had worked, but I had used black instead. This time I switched it around and I used the purple instead of black, and it came out pretty fly. You know, I wasn't unsatisfied. I came in with the brown for the eye, you know, the little eyelid. For my outer outline, I came in with a Molotov paint marker. I think it was like turquoise, like light turquoise. That shit is a fly ass color though. I went around just the letters, and I was just digging this color scheme so much. Like I really fuck with this color scheme. Like bringing it to life, that shit was pretty dope. With different letters, you know. I added some splats with the chisel tip gray Sharpie on each corner of the page to get in that like that filled in feeling where the rest of the page isn't just white. It's like, no, there's color on there, there's life. And with that same like light turquoise Molotov paint marker, I added little bricks around the page, you know, on top of the letters. I didn't add a brick wall because I feel like I had been doing that too much, so I wanted to switch it up a bit. So I just added the little bricks instead. I hit my tags with the black Molotov paint marker, 1mm. For y'all out there, that shit, it works wonders, you know, like it's a really fine point tip that just, you could just add style with it. It's really crisp. Threw up the Louis, threw up the iCops, Wonk, Writers Up Next, and Letras 2023. And that was that. I wrapped it up for the homie iCops. That shit was fresh, you know, like this was something different. Quick little Blackbook session, you know. I think it took me like 2 hours, but I was flowing with this one as well. The letters were sick. It wasn't too much. It was more precise, if anything, and symmetrical. But that's Blackbook session number 9 for y'all. I hope y'all have been enjoying the series. I got a couple names in the works that I'm gonna be pumping out for y'all, like back to back, maybe once a week. I'm not too sure, you know. I'm getting into the flow of it, but I appreciate y'all, everyone who's been showing love, support. Keep writing, keep doing your thing. Can't forget that the writers are up next. So until next time, peace.